What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Tall Podcast. Today, we got a live stream, and there's some things I want to talk about, but I want to get your take live. Hopefully, you can hear me. I don't know if my intro even played. I don't know why StreamYard was acting up for me today. It's normally just the easiest thing to use. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Shout out to Philly fans, NSD, Eagle has landed, Ethan, Sean Stepp, G. Como Fisher, Wheezy, Zay Edit. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Can you hear me? All right. Shout out to my guy, Ethan. He said he can hear me. Shout out to Bubba Wallace, Philly Nation, Zach, Head or Tails, call it. Audie B, Bryce, Big Play Slay, everybody getting up in here. Shout out to you. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button right away. And we are going to get into talking two things. The main two things, the Xavien Howard rumors. How realistic are they? And I want to react to Bleeding Green Nation. So Bleeding Green Nation, you know how Brandon Lee Gowton is. Philly Voice and SB Nation wrote an article talking about now's the year to trade Fletcher Cox. I want to get y'all take on it, and we're going to talk about, is it better to trade him going into camp, get it done now, wait to the trade deadline, try to feel out what the Eagles season is going to bring to us? What are y'all take on that? We're going to pull up the article. Let me get it. Here it is. Shout out to everybody who let me know they can hear me. Much appreciation. So we're going to look at Eagles news, trade Fletcher Cox. It was written today, early in the morning. The Eagles should be looking for a Fletcher Cox trade opportunity, says the Philly Voice. They can get something good for him now, but if they wait, it'll be too late. In 2018, when Cox was in his prime, he had 10.5 sacks and 34 quarterback hits. In 2019 and 2020, he combined for 10 sacks. Yes, that's true. 3.5 in 2019. He did have 6.5 last year, and both these years he was nicked up. Anyways, they combined for 10 and 19 quarterback hits. 1 year from now, Cox will be another year older. Trust me, I did the math on it. Even if his numbers in 2021 stay at the same level they were in 2019 and 2020, he's going to be worth less to other teams. And if he declines further, you're probably looking at another Zach Ertz-like situation. His value likely won't be higher going forward, and this is what it is right now. So you know you need to do it. Bleeding Green Nation note, it was previously reported that there is internal concerns about how Cox will age in Philly. So that is pretty much the article. I want to know your take on that. I know there's been talk about this in the offseason, but hold up, wait a minute. Shout out to my guy, CW Gearhead. It must be time for the Eagles season to start. That's my guy. Appreciate you for coming through. Just can't wait to see Eagles play this year, and can't wait for all the Cowboy tears this year from all my coworkers. Got energy drinks riding on Cowboys getting swept by the Eagles. Hey, shout out to you, and hopefully you be drinking them energy drinks as much as you want when you win this bet. I'm optimistic for the Philadelphia Eagles for the simple fact a lot of our question marks to me are healthy question marks. Question marks I think are going to turn out to be on the positive side for the Philadelphia Eagles. However, I do think we'll probably split the Cowboys, but hey, I'm going to be rooting for it. And I always want to beat the Cowboys. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Shout out to my guy, CW Gearhead in the building. Shout out to the channel members in the building. Vic 3. First one I seen. A lot of people are saying keep Fletcher Cox, and I'm on board with that. Just to let you know where I stand right away is, listen, if this season turns out to be a disappointment in the fact that Nick Sirianni needs a little bit more time to get his head coaching underway, Jalen Hurts shows potential, but he got some lumps and bumps early in the season. If the Eagles find themselves as a legit bottom half team, then yes, you got to look at anybody who has top dollar and is over 30. I'm not talking everybody over 30, but you got to do the math. Over 30 too much money. If we show that we are in a legit rebuild, you got to consider every option. Now, here's the thing. I think we can figure out what this Eagle team is and where this team is before the trade deadline. So I don't think Fletcher Cox, who actually might come into this season healthier than he was in 19 and 20, I don't see him being a problem to decline in the first 8 games. If anything, you're going to see the best version of him early in the season. Simple and plain. So I think there's no even reason to consider a trade at this point. We need to see how the Eagles are, because best believe if we do come out with these question marks being better than what people think, and we shock a couple people, Jalen Hurts is playing at a B+ level. Nick Sirianni's running the ball, utilizing his playmakers and actually calling a play like, oop, there it is. Then guess what? Then this team is competing for a weak NFC East. And then you keep your pieces, because yes, you can still find value in getting rid of him now to get something more. But as long as you're competitive, that's going to bring more free agents and things along that sort. You're going to say, the Eagles are playing winning football. This is just the first season. Free agent players are going to say, okay, they get more money in 2022. They still got a nice core. Their veterans still got 2, maybe 3 years. Their young core is coming up. Let's go ahead and do this. Let me sign with them. So I think just keeping your team to be relevant in the league is how you attract free agents, how you make your name, and that's what the Philadelphia Eagles know how to do. They know how to do that. Gene Pyle in the building said I would keep Cox. Fletcher, Philly fans, and SD said keep him. So I don't see anybody questioning it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Shifty in the building. Vic said Fletcher should have been traded last season. Come on, Vic 3. Let's take a look at the opposite side of what if Fletcher Cox plays horribly this year and continues to decline. So here's the thing, though. You know, last year he had 6.5 sacks being nicked up all season. Do you honestly think his worst football is going to be played in the early part of a season where he has the most help he's ever had on the D-line? You know what I mean? You got Josh Sweat coming into his own. You got Derek Barnett playing for a job. Brandon Graham still there. Hargrave, who was injured last year. You got these guys playing. This is going to be Fletcher's best D-line since the Super Bowl. So if anything, he's going to decline after the trade deadline, and he's not going to decline before the Eagles show their true colors. He's not going to decline before the Eagles show their true colors. That's going to happen early in the season. We're going to know if the Eagles, who we thought they were early. Shout out to another channel member in the building, Eagles Uncensored Podcast, great Eagles content creator on the up and coming. He said, yo, Mike, what's going on? What's going on with you? Lindy Endzone in the building. Time only goes forward. It never goes backwards. I agree. But I've seen this Eagles D-line without Fletcher Cox, and it is a major difference. So with that being said, I got to know if the Eagles are going to fully rebuild. If the Eagles are a legit rebuilding team, meaning in the first 8 games, if we are under 500 in the first 8 games, that's when you start to say, you know, everybody has this conversation with themselves when the trade deadline comes up. Are we buyers? Are we sellers? In the offseason, with limited amount of money, we were buyers. Anthony Harris, 28 years old, not the youngest, not the oldest, 1-year deal. Eric Wilson, 1-year deal. Joe Flacco, 1 year or 2, whatever year deal. Ryan Kerrigan, 1-year deal. We presume to be buyers because we want to stay competitive while we retool. We have a young core. We got to see them. But the guy Fletcher Cox, who really determines the Eagles D line, to me has to be here at least to the trade deadline, so we know if we're good or bad. Simple and plain. If we are 500 or better by the trade deadline, why would I get rid of him? You know what I mean? Because if we were talking about that, why sign Kerrigan? Why pay Kerrigan for a 1-year deal if it's all about the rebuild? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Under 500 in that division, they call in that could be leading. True. And that's another thing. It's too much on the cap. Yeah, but if you trade him now, I mean, you'll get some of it off. He's coming off a 6.5 sack season. I can't even talk right now. I don't see people knocking on the door. You know what I mean? But the Philadelphia Eagles D-line goes by him. There's a lot of similarities on this team to our 2017 season. I mean, I think I got to say, I'm a believer in Hurts. I just think I would have to call that a little bit more of what do you call it? I still got to see more, even though I like what Hurts offers. Talking about the Phillies, I see you. Break Nasty said, you're doing a whole lot of assuming the NFC East will be weak again. Mistake. No. I have nothing has told me that the Giants are taking a step. Dallas gets their quarterback back, but until I see him play, until I see the Cowboys not do cowboyish things, I've watched the Cowboys for years be great on paper and not get it done. I've watched it. You know what I mean? If I go to the corner and see the same people doing the same thing, I know where, you know what I mean? Like, the Cowboys do what the Cowboys do many years. They had great teams with Romo. They had great teams with Dak. And so far, Dak got one playoff win to show for it. Daniel Jones, I think you're wearing a Giants jersey. Are you sold off 11 touchdowns? Bro, 11 touchdowns in 14 games. My God, is horrible. The Giants got weapons. The Giants went out and went all in on Daniel Jones, but he has to show me something, because in this league without a quarterback, you're not going to win. Washington has a mediocre for life quarterback. I ain't worried about them. We have question marks, but the NFC East act like they don't got no question marks. They act like Dak's ankle is 100% good, and the shenanigans that happen with the Cowboys are not going to rear its ugly head. Washington act like Ryan Fitzmagic is never Fitztragic, and Giant fans think just because you got all these new shiny toys, Daniel Jones is just going to not throw interceptions, not fumble the ball, be able to throw to their wide receivers. 11 touchdowns, bro. Carson Wentz got fired with better numbers, more touchdowns, more interceptions, though, too. Daniel Jones, what was that? His second year or whatever? That's not nothing to be happy about. Aiden said Fletcher got injured in Dallas. We could not breathe on Andy Dalton. Yeah, I mean, when Fletcher goes down, we're a different team. Are you sold on Hurts after 4 games? No, I've never said I was, but I do believe he showed me enough to run it with him. I've seen upside in him that I like. The consistency is what I got to see from Hurts, but y'all act like Daniel Jones is the opposite of consistent. So just like I got to see consistency from Jalen Hurts in his second year, you got to see the same thing from him in his third. Michael Irvin even said Cowgirls haven't done enough to get to a Super Bowl. Yeah, and look, at the end of the day, Dak Prescott being paid what he's paid, they need to do something like ASAP. You know what I mean? They need to start doing it. I mean, since Dak Prescott was drafting it, and shout out to them, they stole him in the 4th round because he is a pretty good quarterback. He's good. But I mean, like, bro, paper champs. Like the Dallas Cowboys, even under Tony Romo, had some good pieces on paper. They got to show me more. I swear to God, nobody better mention Daniel Jones again. Mike, is this going to be a call-in show? I might. Let me get a little bit of time. Maybe after 30 minutes, we might drop the link a little bit. Drew Johnson said Cowgirls weren't winning when Dak was healthy. That's what I'm saying. The numbers look good, but it was like, what, 1-2 when he got hurt? And I don't think Dak is a bad quarterback. I think he's good. But at the end of the day, you got to win games. Did Dak deserve that contract? Yes, he could put up numbers and he could get, but you got to win games. And when I look at the Cowboys, I've been watching them. I'm only 30 years old. You know what I mean? For the last 25 years, they haven't been good in my life. So I'm all about the wait and see approach. I know the Eagles organization as a whole started over after McNabb, Michael Vick, Kevin Cobb, Nick Foles, Carson Wentz. Somehow, some way, we find ourselves pretty relevant in the last 20 years, and I don't think it's going to be any different. We take Andy Reid was the quarterback coach for the Packers. Who was Andy Reid? Now look at him. I mean, who was Doug Peterson? Super Bowl champ, even though he's jobless. I mean, we get guys that nobody thought were good. You know what I mean? And the Cowboys are running with a Super Bowl winning head coach and Mike McCarthy, but it's like, huh? Aaron Rodgers carried this man, and you saw some of that ugliness. Like, he knew who I forgot the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator's name, but he knew him. They know each other. He gave him a job solely because they're friends, and Jerry Jones allowed that to happen. And now they got Dan Quinn like it's going to be better. Mr. Eliminator, what's going on with you, my guy? Eagle Slayer in the building. Shout out to my guy Eagle Slayer. He drops videos. I didn't know this whole time. He's been dropping videos for a couple months. I didn't even know. Dude never told me. Come on, Eagle Slayer. I would have had your back. Alex B said the funniest thing is when Giant fans overrate Daniel, and also Dallas thinks that they have their guy. All I'm saying is that if they don't get to a Super Bowl within the contract, they about to get this heat. Yeah. You sign your guy to that contract. When we signed Carson Wentz to that contract, we put our faith in him, and Carson Wentz failed. It is what it is. He failed. But here's the thing about Jalen Hurts before we go to the Xavien Howard stuff. Jalen Hurts showed me the upside of a quarterback who can run the play action, who can run the RPO. He can throw the ball deep. He's quick. He makes quick decisions because he was letting the ball go before guys were open, putting it in spots. But he has to be consistent. He fumbled the ball a little bit too much. He ran a little bit too early. He threw a couple interceptions that looked ugly, but you're talking about a guy who got 4 games under his belt, a COVID season, who now actually got a scheme that's going to fit his. If Nick Sirianni had a scheme that would fit Jalen Hurts, like if Nick Sirianni was going to just drop him back and make him throw deep all the time and really read defenses, it's different. It's a West Coast offense, a ball out your hand quick, playmakers, do what you do. It's going to help Jalen Hurts. With that being said, I still have a little bit of worry for Jalen Hurts. I just trust him. I mean, what did you see in not 4 games as a rookie with an organization that's changing from Jalen Hurts? What did you see from Daniel Jones with an organization that's supposed to be steady? 14 games of absolute garbage. I don't trust Daniel Jones with nothing. Dan Quinn is better name, more feminine. Brokey 711. Oh, he's talking to Zach. Drew said, deal with Watson his price and his deal with Watson his price and his ceiling. Hurts is cheaper and we don't know his ceiling. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, let's be real. Watson is the better quarterback. Can't deny it. Deshaun Watson is a very good quarterback, but here's the thing. With his legal issues, which are huge, by the way, we got to know what that is going to turn into. With that being said, there's no way a deal gets done before the 2021 season's over. They're still figuring it out. And if it gets done in the middle of the season, he's going to be on exempt list for at least 5 to 10 games. So Deshaun Watson will not play in 2021. That's why the Eagles are sitting there pretty, because as Adam Schefter said, we are the most equipped team to go get Deshaun Watson. And that is after we see Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts, it's going to be hard for Jalen Hurts just to automatically, show that he's on Deshaun Watson's level. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you got to understand, when you trade all 3 first rounds for Deshaun Watson, you now have to really hit in the draft without first rounds the following future. And you got to build this team back up, because guys like Fletch, Graham, McLeod, Slay, Brooks, Lane, they're gone most likely in 2 to 3 years. So if Jalen Hurts stinks and we get Deshaun Watson for 2022, Deshaun's going to have 1 or 2 years with some of these vets before these vets go. And if we're not drafting good, we're putting Deshaun Watson in the same situation he's in Houston with some bums around him. So we have to make sure we do our due diligence. But yes, Watson is a fallback plan on if Hurts ain't the guy. But his issue ain't going to be dealt with until the end of the season. Shout out to Mazda Funk Watkins with a $4.99 super chat. Everybody says they need to see more from Hurts, but the only thing that matters is that 90-man roster believes in him. Exactly. There's people on this roster that's not going to make the team that believes in him, and that's something you can't teach. That's something I want to talk about when it comes to Dak Prescott. Before Dak Prescott had a household name, he's a 4th-round pick. People poo-pooed him. There's one thing he did. He commanded the locker room. He was poised. He didn't take crap, and players gravitated towards him. We're seeing that with Hurts. Now, I agree. We got to make sure that Hurts lets that translate on the field, but I saw signs that says yes. I saw signs that say yes. One of the signs was beating the number 1 defense on your first start. All the pressure on you. Going toe-to-toe with another Oklahoma quarterback that was drafted higher than you. Being the first quarterback in NFL history to have your first 2 starts with 500 plus passing yards and 150 plus rushing yards. Now the interceptions reared their ugly head in the Cowboys game, but he was a rookie that needs some improvement. But the foundation of Jalen Hurts, there's no way you could watch the first 2 games and say, ill. The Cowboys game was ill. But again, this is a team that Carson Wentz couldn't get it done with. So now let's just say Carson Wentz goes over to Indianapolis and he's playing better. That means what Jalen Hurts looked bad with in the half of Washington in the whole Cowboys game, even the mighty Carson Wentz couldn't do. So I'm telling you, this roster, from the O-line, from coaching, was bad. That not only Carson Wentz got fired because of Carson Wentz was to blame himself too, don't get me wrong. But this roster, there's not many players who would have been able to turn this roster around. A la Tom Brady won the Super Bowl with the Bucks, but got beat in the first round with the Patriots. Tennessee beat him in the first round of a playoff game, and Tom Brady's last throw as a Patriot was a pick 6. They said he was washed. Got a better roster. Whoop, there it is. You eventually need some talent. This is the ultimate team game, and Jalen Hurts has some stuff. Devontae Smith, a receiving core that's going to be trusted with the same wide receiver coach, a coach that needs to prove itself, a lot of things. Shout out to Vic3 with the $5 super chat, my guy. Sometimes we don't agree, but that is my guy. Why is it that Jalen Hurts is trusted more with only 4 games under his belt than a proven quarterback like Deshaun Watson? He's not. He's not. I've never said that I trust Jalen Hurts. If Deshaun Watson could be my quarterback right now for free, sign me up. Even if he could start today and them allegations can go away 100% and we got to give up some picks, sign me up then, right? But what is the plan? What is the plan? You get that. You got to, at the end of the day, we just came off the biggest dead cap hit ever for Carson Wentz. So we regain some money in 2022. All that and more goes to Deshaun Watson. Plus we lose picks. Then we start losing veterans. And if Howie Roseman doesn't get it done via the draft, meaning 2022, 2023, 2024, 2022, we don't have no more first round picks. So 2023, 2024, 2025, if we don't hit them right, Deshaun Watson has the same crew as Houston. And we stink again. We suck again. What I'm saying is Jalen Hurts, with his contract, the way this is a brand new situation, what if Nick Sirianni ain't the guy? So now you're getting Jalen Hurts here. I mean, you're getting Deshaun Watson here. You got to figure out another coach in 2 to 3 years. And now, you know what I mean? Like, we have to be sure. This is the perfect situation that we're going in with a bunch of new things. And it's cheap. And we have a backup plan. I'm not saying get Watson. I'm just saying, why are we putting all our hope in Hurts? We're putting all our hope in Hurts for the simple fact he cost like $1 million this year and everything is new. You know what I mean? Everything is new. Is Nick Sirianni the guy 100%? Do we know what we're doing after Lane and Brandon Brooks go? Do we know what we're doing when big play slow? Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Ronnie McLeod. Do we know what we're doing there? No. So right now, the cheapest option, and that's why we acquired them picks. Hey, if Deshaun Watson was free to play football now, that is when we would be in a pickle. And that's when, even still, a guy like Howie Roseman, we already know, will pull the trigger. Shout out to JM Ruiz. Shout out to my guy. Hit that like button. If you haven't hit the like button, hit it. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. Bergang 31 channel member in the building. Oh, and what's up, my guy? Shout out to him. Great Eagles content creator. Been grinding. Probably just got off alive, to be honest. They're going to come after you at victory. Now, listen. Nobody can deny that Deshaun Watson is a baller. A top 5 guy, maybe 6. But we still have to exhaust all options. Philly fan NSD said, does Watson have a championship with the Texans? The Jazz Huddle said, let's go. Niners. We'll see. We drafted him 2nd round. Yes, sir. What does that mean, though? Talking to Richie MC. Cloud Eagle 92 with the Donovan McNabb EA Sports cover said, week 2, fade you Niners fan. I think they should let Hurts do his thing this year and go for Xavien Howard. We need a number 2 cornerback in that spot. Always has injuries. Facts. Now, let's get to that part. Listen, make sure you hit the like button. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. Let me ask you guys this question real quick. How realistic do you think it is that the Miami Dolphins will deal Xavien Howard? Let's just start with that. Do you think that they are not going to try to fix the situation, or do you really see Xavien Howard leaving Miami? We're not even talking about if the Eagles can afford him and have room. Do we think he's leaving? Love Mike said, last time Watson was in the playoffs, he blew a 24-0 lead. I mean, it was against the Chiefs by all means, but yes, that still was a huge lead. You are right. Hurts is a great option financially. Who knows, though? Anything could happen in a month or two. Exactly. Like I'm saying, at the end of the day, the Eagles find themselves in a great spot. And I'm not saying it's great because Deshaun Watson is in limbo, but because of the situation, he's going to be put on ice for a year. So Deshaun Watson is put on ice. We got a young coach, young defensive coordinator, young quarterback, new wide receiver. We got to see. No, but in Espanol. Jason Smith in the house. What's going on with you? 75%. He's too good. He said no, but in Espanol. Alexander Ford said Watson is next year's news if Jalen can't help us. That's exactly what I've been saying. So let's talk about trading Cox for Howard. See, now I wasn't going to say that. I was talking about should we look to trade Fletcher Cox because of the age and we're rebuilding and we might stink this year. That's the narrative. The Eagles have no opportunity to be good this year. I mean, we've watched the Eagles go to different coaches, to different quarterbacks. I saw McNabb take over, and we were pretty good. I saw Michael Vick take over. We were pretty good. I even saw Nick Foles take over. We were pretty good. I saw Carson Wentz come in. We were pretty good. Hurts looked good his first year for COVID and short with time with starters. We really gave the team the late spark, and they needed to mask that bad season we had. Exactly. I mean, listen, if Jalen Hurts, if Patrick Mahomes got hurt and Jalen Hurts came with that team and looked bad, or Tampa Bay or New Orleans Saints, he came in with a 14th different combination at O-line. Miles Sanders, who was missing games, I think he played at the end of the season, but he was banged up. Travis Fulgham was disappeared. They got the piano on the back, Alshon Jeffrey. It was just a bad situation for anybody. Mr. Eliminator said need to trade Ertz in a second-round pick for Howard. If they're willing to go that low, I mean, I'll do that in a heartbeat. My thing is, and when it comes to the Fletcher Cox things, I understand that once you realize you're not that team, like, look, I believe, and everybody should really think that, because every team asks themselves at that point, when it comes to the trade deadline, they say, are we buyers or are we sellers? Let me look at the record. Let me look at the money, and let me look at what the contract is going forward. And if the Eagles are under 500, we'll know. Like, did we only beat crappy? Like, do we look like a good team? If we're not competing for the playoffs by the trade deadline, then we're sellers. Eagles Uncensored Podcast says, let me put it this way, Mike. I'd rather spend some money of our capital on Howard than Watson, because in the end, CB2 is a need. I can't say that about quarterback right now. I hear you, bro. Shout out to Mike. I'm horrible with names, you know what I mean? If you've been watching me, you know I'll be destroying them. But Mike Reapa, shout out to you, my guy, for becoming a YouTube channel member. Philly Talk Nation, Philly Talk 24/7. Much respect. So listen, let's talk about him wanting out of Miami. Xavien Howard wants to get paid like a number one cornerback. Now, he did just get a deal 2 years ago. I believe he's 2 years in to a $75 million deal. I'm not sure how many years. I know he's 2 years in. Drummer boy in the building said, I missed them Wentz emojis. I got to stop. Oh my God. But anyways, so he's 2 years into a $75 million deal. He wants more money. Can the Eagles afford him? And how? And that's the thing, though. I think it takes a first-round pick to get a guy like that. I don't see them going for like they could use a tight end. They got what? Gesicki. He's young. He's decent. But we know whatever move we make for CB2, whether it's a Xavien Howard trade, which is going to be hard to make the money work, whether it's Steven Nelson, Zach Ertz can't be here. Ethan said, Mike's best trait is butchering names. Call me the butcher. There we go. Philly fan NSD with the 199 super chat. Shout out to you. Give the kid a chance. Encourage Jalen. Yeah. I mean, once in a while, we got to be some kind of rational fans. I know it's not rational in Philadelphia, but every once in a while, we can be nice. I mean, look, not many organizations draft a quarterback. He plays MVP type level, and then whoop, there it is. Like, there was things that went wrong on Howie's part and Carson's part. It was just a total organizational failure. but we definitely got to do something. Shout out to JC Eagle talking in the chat. He said, get 70 likes. We at 62. Let's get it to 100 likes. I want some MVPs in the chat. Yeah, I mean, get it to 100 likes. Much appreciation. And JC Eagle Talk, new up and coming. I'm going to be on this channel tomorrow. Zach McClain with a $5 super chat. Appreciate it, my guy. Jalen Hurts was balling until he had Matt Pryor at left tackle. Brett Toth. That is what we're doing. The dude looked like a soldier. I think he was. I don't know if he was a soldier or not, but the dude is not big enough to even be a right tackle. The dude weighs, he's like the smallest tackle I've ever seen in my life. Brett Toth. I had to search him up during the game. Who the is Reggie? Matt Pryor, Brett Toth, Joe Montana would have went 1-3 behind that line. And that's the thing. And remember, this is going to be a West Coast offense. We're going to get the ball out of our hand quick and run the ball. We have to utilize his legs. I know a lot of people are going to say, dang, Jalen Hurts is slinging the rock. Let him throw. We got to utilize his legs in some quarterback runs, some RPOs, run the ball, play action, make it easy for him. A lot of things we got to do. Richie MC said, great point. Both you have to acknowledge that the pocket doesn't collapse up the center. However, because you are steadfast in defending Kelsey, I will retract this opinion upon further evidence. Now, listen, Kelsey wasn't the Kelsey we all know, but most of his blunders were, snapping the ball over his head. I mean, he still was holding his own for the most part in blocking. He still can get to the second level. I mean, we know he's going to be out the door soon. We got to groom Isaac Samalu and or Landon Dickerson. Audie B said, what are we giving for Howard with our $5 in cap space? Exactly. Here's the thing. To get Xavien Howard, we would need Zach Ertz off the book. You would need to restructure another player for the Eagles. You'd probably have to restructure Xavien Howard's contract, telling him we're going to pay him more, which he wants, but you would have to backload it, which means if the dude doesn't play good at the end of his deal, well, now you're paying heavy money for a declining player once again. So it's hard. And I know we can't hit the reset button at every position right away. No matter what, listen, I don't like to use the word rebuilding, but retooling definitely has to be used, because whenever you have a change at quarterback and coach, two very important positions, even though this is the ultimate team game, when you get a new coach and quarterback, that's a big reset button. Somehow when we hit reset, we got a glitch and Howie Roseman didn't get deleted. You ever have your phone and you do like the factory reset, but there was just something that just hung around for some reason. You don't understand how. How the heck is Howie Roseman still here? That's what happened. He's here. I mean, we all know we got to deal with it now. Lee H said facts. The RPO adds another dimension. Exactly. Especially the type of runner that Jalen Hurts is. I mean, the dude, he deadlifts 620. He can take his licks. I don't want him to, but he definitely can move some people. Facts. Bergang love Xavien Howard. He said their first back and Ertz. I would do it if they're willing. Shout out to my guy. It's Ben Simmons' birthday. Here we go. Mr. Eliminator said, yep, can backload and pay him next year when Wentz money comes free. Yeah, you would have to do something of that sort. I mean, Howie Roseman can cross the T's and dot the I's and get it. It's what exactly is Miami wanting, and are they willing to let him go? Because, I mean, despite the differences in money and argument, he said he feels disrespected and stuff of that sort. I mean, if I got a cornerback of his caliber, I'm trying to keep him. I would love him, though. Don't get me wrong. Name Brand said Ertz in a second is too much for Howard if we still got to pay him too. We will have more money, but yes, it comes down to being real. I mean, what's going on with Landon Dickerson? The dude's still not signed. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, my guy. Sign that money. Come on, Howie, get it done. Zach said Hurts would have put up at least 31 if it wasn't for the O-line pushing him from third and second to third and 32s. Sign Cole Hamels. Why not? We just giving out money. All Philly team giving out money. Let's do it. King Diego. Hey, Mike, does Patrick Johnson and Jacoby Stevenson both make the team? Interesting. See, Patrick Johnson was more of an outside rusher, but they got his title as linebacker. So, I mean, I don't know how we're going to change up our scheme if we're going to play with a joker. You know, a guy like Harry can do that, play linebacker and outside rusher. But if you ask me who would make the team, I don't think both of them will, not the 53-man roster. One of them will be on a practice squad. I would think Jacoby Steven offers you more versatility. I look at you get the best bang for Patrick Johnson as a DN, as a rusher. He had double-digit sacks 2 years in a row for the FBU. Only him and somebody else did that, I believe. But Jacoby Stevenson, he has the versatility to play linebacker or safety, the hybrid type role where he can be in the box, play that the tight ends, move out there and guard running backs in space who go out to the flats. I think Jacoby Stevenson does have some upside. I'm surprised he went in the 7th. I thought he was more around a 5th round pick. LSU players are strong. Mike Repa said, shout out to my guy with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. Keep doing your thing, my guy. Enjoy listening to you along with LB, Philly 500 Fresh, Joey Shakes, and my dude Gate City. Y'all go. Shout out to all them. Shout out to all the Eagle content creators in general. We got a lot of new ones. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we a family, and that's what we do. We rock out. There's no reason there should be any beef. There's enough Cowboy, Washington, and Giant people out there that can get all the smoke. We willing to give it to them because we're not going to just roll over. We were in the basement 1 year. We out. We out the basement. Best believe. 40 rookies remain unsigned. It's nothing personal. It's just business and contract language. Both the Browns' first-round picks name remain unsigned. There you go. Cross the T's, dot the I's. Howie Roseman might be a slime ball, but at the end of the day, when it comes to put that 53-man roster, he get it done. I don't like him. I don't like him drafting. However, I do think he did pretty good. I need Landon Dickerson to be healthy, though, because at the end of the day, you got a first-round talent in the second round, but it only matters if he can stay healthy. And I know if we don't go get a cornerback too, I'm going to be watching Asante Samuel Jr. I hate to bring it up, but I'm going to have to watch. Now, Landon Dickerson could be a great player, but if the injuries keep coming up and we getting smoked and I'm over there flipping the channel, I won't flip if the Eagles on, but if the Eagles ain't playing and I got Game Pass on, I got Red Zone on, and I see Asante Samuel Jr. pick 6, I'm going to be upset. Out, my guy. Love it, your chat. Got another live. Much love, my guy. Shout out to my guy, Bergang31. Appreciate you for stopping by. Go get that live, my guy. Keep grinding. Doyle Bruton said, I believe we'll get Gilmore or Stevens. Steven Nelson, I believe you're talking about, and I think that's the easiest. When it was Richard Sherman and Steven Nelson, you could make the argument Richard Sherman fit the scheme more, was a bigger cornerback, but Richard Sherman was a 1-year Band-Aid, and that Band-Aid is no longer. I mean, Richard Sherman said, oh my goodness, hopefully he gets his stuff taken care of, but Steven Nelson offers you a Band-Aid with the opportunity to make a name for himself to go further. He's 28 years old. Anthony Harris is on a 1-year deal. Why? Because if he plays as good as we think when we get money next year, now we give him a 2-3 year deal. Eric Wilson, 1 year. We'll give him a 2-3 year deal. Steven Nelson, come on board, my guy. What's wrong with you? Ernest said that this the youngest unknown Philly Eagles team ever, including coaching staff. Yes. If you go with coaching staff and all the players who might get significant time, it's a very young team, and that's what I like. The energy is going to be different. You know what I mean? And you got to be optimistic because we've seen some of the question marks. Like Jalen Hurts, I do think he has the potential to be a quarterback that we can use, that can excel in the system. I got to see when it comes to Jalen Hurts, it's all about consistency. I wanted Asante Samuel so bad. Mr. Eliminator said, excited to see RB Gainwell. Yes, as Philly 500 will say, Professor Gainwell. But yeah, listen, this guy is a very versatile back. I don't see any situation where Boston Scott beats him out just because of him being a draft pick, and Boston Scott only on a tenure that's worth the veteran minimum, $500K, $1 million. This guy offers you so much in the slot and in the backfield, and he can be a highlight reel playmaker to come in and relieve a little bit of Miles Sanders. So when Miles Sanders steps out, we don't just have the bruiser and Kerryon Johnson or Jordan Howard, whoever wins that battle, but we also have the other guy who can take a pass on a sweep and go to distance. Then he shouldn't be a GM. Oh yeah, I'm talking about the thing. It's raining cats and dogs in Georgia. Shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate you for tuning in. I rode for Richard Sherman, and look at what he did. Exactly, bro. That's crazy. Aiden said, I wanted JC Hormy. I almost cried on camera. You almost saw a grown man cry on camera when he got picked up by the Panthers. Sonic, what's going on with you, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. You saw how I took that dub? I was on the Painted Lions. When it comes to Eagle talk, your boy's taking dubs. I was on the Eagles game show, and your boy won. Shout out to Sonic for coming through. Vic 3 was there too. Richard Sherman was getting cooked a lot, for real. Yeah, I mean, he's older. You got to know what scheme you're trying to play with a guy like Richard Sherman. Again, he was battling injuries, and he only played 5 games before he went out with a calf strain, I believe it was. I like Steven Nelson as well, but he's asking for $8 million, and nothing from him has been proven in Philly. Hell, Pittsburgh wouldn't even budge. Come on, Nelson, and prove it. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, as he gets closer, it's like having your car in your garage, and you have the door open, you got a big fat for sale sign on it, and you're not budging. I want $3,000 for this rusted, busted, and can't be trusted car, but it sits there. Months later go by, you're like, forget it. $2,500, still nothing. $1,500 or best offer. Steven Nelson will play football for a team, and he will not get what he wants. But what he will have the opportunity to do, if he plays for a team where he can start, cough, cough, the Philadelphia Eagles, you get the starting job, you ball out, you see the cap go up, the Eagles bank go up, and then if you believe in yourself, come take this $3 million, my guy. Go ahead and get 2 or 4 picks, and we'll be all right. We keep it moving. Mike got the dub. Yes, sir. Shifty said, we got Devontae. Exactly. And I think people are really Devontae had all this buzz going around him, but he becomes a Philadelphia Eagle, and yeah, he's not that good no more, supposedly. I ain't with it. Listen, we got 116 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. The like button is free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing, and I greatly appreciate it. Let's see how close we are to $1. Let's get to $1.77. Come on, you're killing me, Smalls. Let's see if we can get this to 100 likes. We need what? Do the math. 23 more likes. If 23 who haven't hit that button can hit it, it'd be greatly appreciated. It could be worse. We could still have that bum Nate Gary. Thank God he's going in. Yeah, look, he gets cut. You know what I mean? The Niners come get him right away, right? Boom. I'm like, okay, the Niners might. Nope. Got cut. This dude got waived quickly. You know why? They went to OTAs. They just said line up. This dude was facing the opposite way and got cut. Shout out to Nathan Gary, yo. That's crazy. Last year was crazy bad. The year before that, you want to hear the crazy thing? The year before he had the horrible season for us, That guy led our team in interceptions. Bro, the dude led the Eagles. Oh, the year we had Scandrick, that dude led our team in. We were so bad that Nathan Gary led our team in interceptions. Scandrick was invited to play for the Eagles. I don't want to be that bad no more. I want to be that bad. We're coming up. Like I said, the Eagles are an organization that once they back themselves into a wall and it's time to go get the new coach, time to see what the new quarterback has in store, we get it done. We get it done. Victory said, don't laugh. If a linebacker gets hurt, don't be mad if how he goes gets Gary back. Now, my guy Xavien Taylor gets first crack. King Diego's, I hate him too. Hey, shout out to Unc. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. That hey, listen. Scandrick still is mad at us. He's still mad. Look, they dropped some Madden phrases for the Giants, the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Washington football team, and it's like LinkedIn and something. Everybody had their own thing, and this man quoted it and said trash and was talking about the Eagles. And it took 5 days for anybody to even pay attention to him, and then finally we started giving him some attention. But when Shannon Sharp put him in a spot, this dude looks straight punked on TV. He's like, I don't want to come back to Undisputed no more. I hate that dude. He's trash. Orlando Scandrick. I love it. All right, look, we're at 51 minutes. Let's get it to 100 likes. Yeah, I mean, do your boy favor. Let's see where 88. So 11 of you said let's get it. I ain't mad at the game. We need 12 more. Let's get these 12 more likes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Orlando scandalous. No Fletcher Cox. Not Fletcher Cox. Shout out to my guy Bill Smith, channel member in the building. Scandrick was a piece of bleep. I'm with it. I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to let a couple people come in, talk their talk before we get up out of here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. 119 people in here. We're going to still talk about these last couple topics. Let's get it to 100 likes. Y'all know y'all got that in you because I believe in you. 96. That's what I'm talking about. Sean Bradley needs to play some more time, get some more time on the field. I agree 100%. Sean Bradley and Davion. And King Diego, I don't know if you didn't see, but I had an interview. I interviewed Sean Bradley. I interviewed Davion Taylor, and they were head and heels excited about this young coaching staff. And they both believe that they're going to get a fair chance to win the job. Davion Taylor was confident. Even though he was confident, Sean Bradley had the most confidence. That dude was ready to get fans back in, and he was ready. He was telling me, like, his goal for himself is not anything. He doesn't have, like, personal accolades. He just wants to ride or die for the city of Philadelphia, and he's been Philly through and throughout. The dude, Temple graduate, like, he's a good dude. I should try to get him on one more time before season training camp and stuff. There we go. Drop the chat. 2 times in the building. What's going on with you? He said, just wanted to say I feel like Fletcher is the one player you keep until he just can't play no more. 2 times, I'm with you. And another reason why I'm with you is because I believe if you do it, he's not going to disappoint. Bradley and Taylor, speed and power kills, baby. Let's go. Exactly. The speed from one, the power from the other. Audie B said 100 likes, 100 gun, 100 clips. Let's go. Shout out to Bryce in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. We definitely need a corner, fam. You already know. Like Xavien Howard looked real good. 26 of y'all are sus. Yeah, they came through though. Shout out to everybody who hit the like button, y'all. That's tough. All right, we're going to get the first guy in. Audie B in the building. What's going on with you, my guy?
What's good, Mike? How's it going?
You? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I see your thing moving. Yo, see, hold up.
That's kind of weird.
See, this is what happened. That's why I thought. See, I don't know what happened with it today, but when I dropped that little intro for me to come on, so y'all can hear him. Chat, you can hear Audie B. See, yo, I don't know what's going on with my speakers, but that's why I thought. See, that's the thing. I can't hear him. When I came into this stream, I thought y'all couldn't hear me because I couldn't hear my intro. What did I do? The painted lines screwed. They put a curse on me.
Can you hear me now? Maybe.
Audie B, talk.
Can you hear me? Hello?
You gotta be kidding me. Talk, Audie B.
Can you hear me?
What is? And I don't even know why I did it because I've never messed with any of my settings. Yo, this is wild.
What's up?
Nope.
What's going on with StreamYard
Got the
today?
Philly special on the monitors. Chaos the Filthy channel member in the building. What's going on with you, my guy? Appreciate it. I don't know what. And the thing is this, though. I didn't change nothing. And that's why I thought you guys couldn't hear me because I couldn't even hear my own. Talk again last time.
Hello? Anything?
Looks like we're going to have to figure this out on the next one and change it.
Oh, that's tough.
Yo.
What's up? What's up? Nothing?
With that being said, I'm going to have to, you know what I mean? We're going to get you in. I got you, my guy, Audie. I know you can hear me. You know what I mean? Appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah.
Say bye to the people because they can obviously hear you. I can't. Shout out to you, Audie B. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drop. We're gonna
me.
do one this week. We'll chop it up.
All right, sounds good. Peace out, chat.
Peace. Sonic, Ethan, appreciate y'all for coming through. But like I say, I can't even hear nobody. So we're gonna chop it up a little bit more. 58 minutes. We'll go like 10 more minutes. Talk about it. Spirit Walker said, all good. We love what you do. Shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate it 100%. But yeah, man, we're going to be dropping regular videos. And when training camp comes out, we're going to keep it daily with the news. You know what I mean? I got custom Eagles goodies that says fly, Eagles, fly. Shout out to you. That's tough. Anything custom with Eagles, that's tough. I'll be at the Eagles, Steelers, Chiefs, and Chargers this year. All right. Yeah, listen. I plan on that's so weird. Yeah, man, it's not you, it's me. When I played the 30-second drop down in the backstage, I couldn't hear it. When I played my other thing, I couldn't hear it. Wild. But listen, I'm going to be going to some games and I'm going to see what Eagles content creators we can all link up and do a live show at the link. But best believe, when I know what games I'm going to, I'm going to let y'all know. Maybe I'll try to get some games I know y'all going. You know what I mean? We can chill, you know. Watch our birds get dubs. Name Brand said, what wide receivers you think make the team? I think they're going to hold 6 just because that is one of the youngest rooms, and you don't want to let go of a potential stud or somebody you think can develop. So I got Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham, Greg Ward, Quez Watkins. What is that, 4? I think it is. Devontae, Jalen, Travis, Greg, Ward. That's 5. Quez Watkins. I don't even know if I said it again. Let me start all over. I'm at an hour and I'm losing my mind. Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham, Greg Ward Jr., Quez Watkins, and the 6th one is going to be, drum roll please, Hightower. I'm sorry, JJ, but it's too late to apologize. Week 2, 49ers, you at the game, my guy? Clifton says win the division. That's all we need to do. That's all we need to do. Hey, Philly Mike, I know you don't do baseball games, but I suggest just do one baseball play-by-play tomorrow, Phillies versus Yankees. Give it a chance. I'm going to have to say. Audie B said Hightower. Vic 3 said Hightower. King said we a huge sleeper talking. Tell him. Let him know to stop sleeping on us. Stop it. Wake up. And if you don't wake up, we gonna cause you nightmares. I'm saying, like, wake up. Mr. Milton Williams. JJ, the umbrella man, looking like a tight end this year, looks heavier. We'll see. I don't think he makes a team. Look, at the end of the day, an article came out by Adam Kaplan saying that, the Eagles keeping him around solely because the 2nd round pick status is out the window. This dude got to live or die on his own. Like, no more babying. It's competition from Nick Sirianni. If you don't get it done, you will be getting him out of there. And I do think we're going to keep 6 because of the youth. But listen, Hightower, he has some concerns too. So, I mean, if it's going to be a battle and Nick Sirianni's going to let them go at it. I mean, if JJ Arcega-Whiteside just says, I don't want to be the umbrella boy no more. I want to be a real wide receiver. I don't know. That's wild. Richie MC said, shout out to my guy with the $5 super chat. 9 days until training camp. Mike, make some prediction. Ertz, second corner, and Dickerson. Ertz. Okay, so we will go into the preseason and Ertz will still be on the team. He doesn't make it to the season, but he makes it to the first preseason game. He gets dealt in the middle of the preseason games. Dickerson, he'll be signed by he'll be signed he'll be signed in the middle of training camp. And the second corner, hopefully Steven Nelson's there and his price is super low because he sees preseason starting and he's like, man, I got to get on the squad. That's my prediction. Kevo in the building said they burnt them out, bro. Who we talking about? I think either Hightower or they're going to use Gainwell like a wide receiver. But that's the thing. You could keep him as a running back and still do it because he's probably going to take more snaps at the running back position. But this guy can easily. See, you could do so many things with, look, Nick Sirianni is going to put a lot of bows on the offensive package. So you come out with a 2 running back set. Defense tried to line up like that. Okay, Miles Sanders, Gainwell in the back. And you got Jalen Hurts do a little motion. Miles goes to the other side. Gainwell goes to the slot. What? Now you got Gainwell in the slot and Miles to the outside. A linebacker has to go with one of them. Linebacker goes with Gainwell, and the dude can run Chris routes from the slot. Bang, bang, boom, boom. I mean, he didn't play in the heavy he didn't play in the SEC or nothing like that, but Memphis, they produced some pretty good players. Antonio Gibson was a 3rd-round pick, or I believe 2nd or 3rd-round pick to the Washington football team, and he's nice. Swiss Army, and this is that kind of guy. He's Fletcher Cox's cousin too, got football in the blood, but the dude had a game where he had 200-yard receiving and 100 yards rushing. Huh? 200 yards receiving and 100 yards rushing. My man's a beast. JJ will be better with Sirianni. Doug Peterson will make Calvin Johnson and Jerry Rice look bad. Listen, if there's one thing we got to admit is that player development has been low-key trash for the Philadelphia Eagles in the last 5 years. We got a Super Bowl, but think about the Super Bowl year. The big pieces that came over were veterans that didn't need player development. Alshon, Torrey Smith, right? Nelson, who was drafted by Chip and got development by Chip for a little bit. Chris Long, LeGarrette Blount, Jay Ajayi. Player development, like when we got a guy who's like, shows potential, we can't get him to the potential. And I'm hoping that this coaching staff can get it done. I can't wait. You already know. Wow, I'm with you guys. Victory coming in with the Smith, Rager, Watkins, and Hightower will be our core for years to come. So you think eventually they're going to push out Fulgham? Kevo said our fans. Facts. Reggie said good, and more good. I'm with it, my guy. Kevo said I'm waiting to see Rager / Watkins get some play out of the backfield 2 or 3 times a game. Exactly. Bro, Greg Ward Jr. is not a super accurate quarterback probably anymore because he hasn't played in a while. But let this man catch the ball in a wide receiver reverse and throw the ball deep. The dude probably can still hit a guy. Use Rager in the backfield. Use Quez Watkins. Do things. Kenneth Gainwell needs to be used like that. Let's go. Philly Trez in the building. What's going on with you, my guy? Shifty said Trey Ben on his birthday. Yes. He's all like, happy birthday. Traded to Portland. Dame Dollar. Gainwell runs routes better than JJ Arcega-Whiteside. I'm saying, like, look, I don't try to poo-poo somebody when they're down. Like, Ben Simmons is different. Like, the dude's just trolling us. Like, JJ Arcega-Whiteside just might be trash. I just never seen a guy come in with the expectations he had and just flat out not. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. I can't even explain it. But let's see. I mean, Nick Sirianni, no banana routes. I mean, listen, I think the top 5 guys who I said should make it. But Hightower got to fight for the job the same way as Whiteside does. I'm just guessing that Hightower got more dog in him, more upside in him, and so I'm going that route. But best believe Whiteside don't want to get cut. So we're going to see. King in the building, channel member, what's popping with you, my guy? It's been a minute, but we about to get it rolling now. The season's 9 days away for camp. Remember, we didn't get the same camp last year, and then we didn't get preseason. I feel like this is brand new. No preseason last year for the fans, for the players. No real training camp. We couldn't get there. Alexander Ford said Smith, Rager, Fulgham, Watkins, Hightower, Ward will be the Eagles for a while. I'm hoping we get Grimes back. I hear you, bro. Mike says we need Grimes back too. Q Breezy said I think JJ Evans, Whiteside, that's his middle name? Is really Evans? Is a bust. Might be, man. Victories. Hang basket. I still remember him catching like an 80-yard touchdown against the Cowboys. He ain't do much else. Best believe he ain't do much else. But he has that 80-yard touchdown. You can't take that away from him. The only touchdown. Well, see, we keep saying that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's only touchdown in his career. Well, last year's only touchdown was the fumble recovery touchdown. But he does have 2 touchdowns in his career. He caught like a 25-yard pass from Carson Wentz in 2019. Ethan said sign Cole Hamels. I'm with it. Barry said, you think we do a 4 horsemen rather than 3-headed monster in the backfield? We talking about the 4 horsemen? I'm with it. Nah. I I don't think it's going to be run by committee. I still think if healthy, Sanders gets the majority of the carries. I think they're going to do a 3-piece. I think it's going to be Sanders, one of Howard or Kerryon Johnson. I believe it's Johnson if he's healthy. And then I believe it's going to be Kenneth Gainwell, but we'll see. My thing is if Miles Sanders can handle the reps, let this guy play. I need to know his contract year coming soon. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside had a good play once too. Yeah, but still the hang basket, like that was like an 80-yard bomb. Remember Dorial Green Beckham? Like that dude had so much height. I thought he had so much potential. Bum. Dorial Green Beckham, yes. I thought he had potential though. Trash. 2 times it is probably Sanders and Gainwell mostly. Yeah. And I do believe we're going to have Sanders, Gainwell, and one of them bruisers, whether it's Howard or Kerryon. King said Whiteside is trash, bro. He can kick rocks. I'm with you 100%, my guy. Psh, look, it's over. Like there's time. There's a time and a place for everything. And the J.J. Arcega-Whiteside show is over. It got canceled. It's done. Now, like I said, Adam Kaplan said that his odds to make the team are very small, but I do think he'll get a shot to fight against a Hightower or one of them fringe guys. I don't think he'll beat him because J.J. Arcega-Whiteside just doesn't show he doesn't show that he wants to be a football player, let alone, I don't know, man. Like coming to practice with your mom, and shout out to all the moms in the world, bro. Like my mom passed away. You know what I mean? But like coming to the press with your mom, umbrella, missing time for God knows what reasons, not being healthy, not running routes right, just not being able to be a practice squad quarterback who was converted to what, like, no, I don't see it. He had potential when he was in Missouri. Who, Basket or Dorial Green Beckham? Van D said, would you trade Fletcher Cox? As this is how we started the stream. Would I trade Fletcher Cox? I put up the article. I read it. And here's my answer to make a long story short. No, I'm going into the season with Fletcher Cox. Now, by the trade deadline, if the Eagles show me that they cannot be contending for the playoffs, whether the NFC East is good, bad, ugly, sad, if we look to be legit and rebuild, maybe Hurts has some hiccups, Nick Sirianni got to go through some things. If we are that type of team, then I'm looking to move him before the deadline's over. But if we are competing for the team, I'm rocking out with Fletch, seeing what we can do in the offseason. Fletcher Cox is crucial to the D-line, especially when we talk about the run. And I think we're going to see a better version of him for the simple fact this is probably the healthiest he's coming into a camp. He got the best players around him. I think the D-line we're going to throw out this year is better than the Super Bowl year. You got Kerrigan to play the Chris Long role. Josh Sweat can probably be a starter. Derek Barnett got to play for his life because we're not signing him next year. He needs to play for a contract. Hargrave was hurt. He's healthy. You got the rookie Milton who might flash some skills. Like, we got pieces. This D-line's about to be legit, and he's going to play his best football, I believe, in the last 2 years. And he's going to be a crucial part of us contending for the East because Daniel Jones, trash. Dak Prescott, good. Got to see how his leg is. And the Cowboys do what the Cowboys do. And the Washington, I forgot their names, and I forgot why we're talking about them because we don't need to be talking about them. We have question marks. So does the NFC East. Fletcher Cox on the squad. If we suck, I'll come out and say we suck. And I'll come out and say anybody who's 30 plus making $20 million in cap space, get him out of here. But until that day, Fletcher going to Fletch. Todd Pinkston, right? James Trash, Freddie Mitchell, Greg Lewis. Them days were wild. They were wild days. Brenda said, no, Fletch can't leave. I'm with it, Brenda. Said nobody with the last name Cox can't be off the Eagles. Shout out to Brenda, though. She be rocking in everybody's chat. Nautica, what's going on with you? Fletch and Graham are the cornerstones of our D-line. And they're guys that you think they're just probably going to... Listen, Fletch loves Philly. His contract next year when it comes to cap space is a problem. He's going to have to take some money off it if he wants to stay. But there's no reason why I get rid of him now. The Philadelphia Eagles went in to the season trying to compete. You don't go get an Anthony Harris, a Joe Flacco, Eric Wilson, a Ryan Kerrigan. You don't go get these people if you don't want to compete. You don't. With that being said, if this Eagle team shows some fight and you're like, dang, Nick Sirianni, he's who we thought we were. Jalen Hurts looking sharp. Devontae, the run game. Oh, the Eagles look like they can compete for the East. Then, of course, keep the anchor of your D-line. But if we are lost, you see stuff on Nick Sirianni that you like, and you like stuff on Jalen, but we just don't look to be the team, well, then it's like, all right. Because every team asks themselves at the deadline, are we buyers? Are we sellers? And that is determined by two things: your cap space, the age on your players, and how good are you. All that stuff counts. Alligator Arm Pinkston, he was prototype. Yeah, but I mean, at least Pinkston had that stretch catch in the Super Bowl. McNabb threw it to my man that stretched his arms as much as he could. You could talk about Pinkston and these guys being trash, but they had more heart than some of these other. Everybody had more heart than J.J. Arcega, and especially Nelson at the end. On second thought, you're right. To Ethan. Shout out to Ethan. Audie B said, Dame Dollar. I want it. I want him. 2 times said the Cox and Graham tandem will be very hard to replace in the future. And that's the thing. Think about this. Like, look, we're talking about the immediate future. We still got pieces that help out a guy like Hurts and Nick Sirianni and all these new pieces because they're still veterans and they still got 2 to 3 years. But think about this. The Philadelphia Eagles got to start doing stuff in free agency, but more importantly, we have to start hitting draft picks. The first 4 picks got to be better than what we're doing. Not this year. I think this year was pretty good because think about our veteran players that will be old and possibly leaving in the next maybe 3, maybe 4 if you want to stretch it. Darius Slay, 3-4 years gone. Fletcher, Graham, Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson, Ronnie McLeod. Like when you say these names and they're gone, Jason Kelsey, you're like, we need to replace them. And we will need to do it. We just got to make sure we get it. Do you think we should get rid of Derek Barnett and give Josh Sweat a chance? He'll get it. Josh Sweat is in a contract year this year. My take is Derek Barnett plays pretty good. Josh Sweat plays great. Starts eating into his time. We're going to give Josh Sweat a contract after the season. And Derek Barnett, hopefully the season he had is good enough to make the Eagles good. And he's auditioning for another team because we won't sign Barnett back after this year. We will have Josh Sweat as our starting defensive end on the outside. And we got to make sure we get somebody soon for Graham because Kerrigan's only on a 1-year deal too. Pinkston was always afraid to come across the middle. Oh yeah, listen, he was a small body receiver, definitely afraid. But at the end of the day, man, he stretched out in the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't really want to talk about that 04 Super Bowl. Your boy was 15 years old, and yes, I cried. Hargrave going to step up this year, I believe. Yeah, I think he had to get acclimated to the position too, because he's a nose tackle. He's not used to playing alongside someone. He's used to clogging up the middle. So I think he's going to come along. Plus, the dude was nicked up. I mean, listen, we got to stay healthy. But there's one good sign about it. Last year at this time, there were people who were hurt already. So I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. I'm going to take it as a good sign. Brenda said, LOL, I doubt it. That would be awesome if we were related. Talking to Jonathan Gannon, a.k.a. JG. I'm with it. Philly Tress says replacing Dawkins, Vincent, Taylor, Trotter, Douglas was heck. Yeah. We replaced a couple of guys on the D line, but we never replaced the Trotter. We did replace Dawkins. I'm not saying Malcolm Jenkins is as good as Dawkins or better, but we still won a Super Bowl with our safety being a strong part. So Malcolm was a guy, but the corner play, we didn't replace the corner play. And so when all these veterans eventually go on, it's the good teams that, and again, you can't build your team solely through free agency. The definition of free agent means they're free and their agent is going to ask for a lot of money. So you normally overpay in free agency, because if you're going to offer them what their team that they're playing for offers them, why would they move their family? Why would they learn a new playbook and have to prove yourself over again? Why not stay with the team unless you're paying me more? So free agency is important, and that's why you can turn yourself around quickly in the NFL unless your name is the Giants, Washington, the Giants, Washington. You can turn it around quickly because of free agency and all that bull crap. However, the draft is where you build and you sprinkle the free agencies. We've been trying to live through free agency too much and neglecting the draft. Not neglecting, we're doing it, but it doesn't really. Who's left? Sidney Jones, Rasul Douglas, Nathan Gary. Yeah, Jenk got us that Super Bowl with facts. He was big. Dude was huge. Mike, are you going live for the NBA draft? You already know we going to be live for the draft. We haven't replaced Lito and Sheldon either. Yeah, man, I love that combination. D'Amico Ryans was tough. D'Amico Ryans came in. He wasn't Jeremiah Trotter good, but he definitely held it down for a little bit. I'll give you that. Nigel Bradham played good at the linebacker position the year of the Super Bowl, so I'll give you that. I mean, we didn't replace him long-term because Jeremiah held it down for a minute, but D'Amico Ryan, Nigel Bradham, Jordan Hicks for whenever he was healthy, but it is a give and take. Barry said, I went on a bender after the 04 Super Bowl, lost my job the next day. Dang, man, I ain't mean to laugh like that. But listen, I was 15 years old and I was broken. So, I mean, look, Philly fans go hard. Yeah, I mean, whether you're old, young, female, male, we ride for the city. You know what I mean? Remember when the Eagles always had a fire cornerback tandem? Exactly. We had it for a while, and then they're just saying, Jason said, Doc left after 08. Jank didn't show up to 14. Lito and Sheldon fit in for Torrey and Bobby well. Yeah, you're right. That's the thing. We went a nice piece. We went a nice 6 years, just like, come on, guys, let's fill this spot. Luckily, Malcolm was freed up. Because, listen to Sean Payton. He said one of the worst decisions he ever made was letting Malcolm Jenkins go. I can't talk. I need to sip some water. We had an hour and 23 minutes. We're going to rock out just until an hour and 30. You know what I mean? But listen, if you're new in here, hit the subscribe button. We just got over 12K. Shout out to y'all. Y'all the real MVPs. Y'all the real MVPs. Hicks was all right when he was healthy. I agree. But he wasn't healthy much in Philly until he went to Arizona. And there it is. Healthy. But listen, also, 107 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button if you didn't do it. It's greatly appreciated. And also, listen, we got giveaways coming. We got stuff that is brewing. I always go hard. I gave a Jalen regular jersey last year before the season started. Well, maybe I cursed them, so maybe I won't give I don't know. We're going to give a jersey away. But this is what I'm talking about. You got to have post notifications turned on. I go live. You can get here early and chop it up for a little bit. Now, I mean, when we're more on subject. Also, when I drop the video or two, come through. Know what I mean, say what's up. Talk your talk. 10-minute videos. But yeah, turn the post notifications on. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Let me get that out. Whew. I still got that first Super Bowl on VHS. Sweet revenge in the second time around. Yeah, man. I was gonna say, like, there's no way we can lose to the Patriots again. And you would think playing the Patriots in 04 and then playing them all the way in 17, it would have been a different quarterback. But nope, there was Tom Brady. But we got him. Ryan held it down as much as possible and did a great job for where he was at in his career. Yeah. And I like him as a linebacker coach. Babin was the Y9. Babin in the Y9 was a monster. Yeah. Babin. And listen, remember, Babin's on the payroll. He's one of them dudes who evaluate talents and stuff. I can't talk today at all. Sorry. Andy Reid was on. Richie MC said Andy Reid only ran Westbrook 14 times in the Super Bowl. We were trailing by 10, though. Later in the game. I don't care if I sound crazy. We're winning the Super Bowl again. Hey, bro, somebody today on BetMGM put up $4,000 that the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. And his odds are plus 1,200, plus 12,500. So 4K at 12,500 odds is $500,000. Now, look, I'm optimistic, but I don't call us winning the Super Bowl. Shout out to heads or tails, call it. I wish it was as easy as calling heads or tails. But if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, whoever that dude is, just turn 4 kizzy into 500,000. Sprint. Spirit Walker said, just like and subscribe, bro. You already know. I drop Eagle videos at least 5 out of 7 days. And in between that, I go live. So we live and talk about it. And we just going to keep it moving. Eagle Nation all day. Reese Scott in the building. What's going on with you, my guy? We just getting off here, my guy. I don't give up money. Yeah, you're right. Dude got a lot of money. He's going to drop it like that. Maxwell and Nandi were, oh man. We had Trashwell and Nandi can't find nobody. Crazy. But yeah, 3 more minutes. I thought it was hour 30 already. McNabb throwing up in the huddle. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a McNabb supporter. I know he let us down a couple times. That was my guy. Like, I just came into football. Like, I was 8 or 9 years old when I became, like, when McNabb was drafted, and then I was watching the Eagles, and I love that guy to death. But yeah, man, just so close so many times. I mean, even like the Arizona game, when we were trailing by so much, came back, took the lead, and then Kurt Warner went on a long drive, beat us at the end. Akers missed a field goal or an extra point. Just tough times. I have a weird feeling the Eagles are going to win a division. Yes, sir. That's not a feeling. That's a fact. I'm with it. I want all the smoke now. 9 days until training camp. I'm tired of hearing about the paper champ Cowboys and the new and improved Giants with a guy who had 11 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Trash. If any quarterback that I ever was rooting for had 14 games, and in 14 games, that was his stat line, I wouldn't root for him again. I cried after that game. Me too, bro. I'm 30 years old. I was 14 turning 15 or just 15 years old. I was a freshman in high school, and I was like, Mom, I don't got to go to school tomorrow, do I? I think she did make me go to school tomorrow. Damn. Heads or tails says, represent. You already know, my guy. McNabb was my guy too, but he always had a drinking problem. Yeah, McNabb was good, but he good quarterback for us until we choked in the playoff game. All right, so you were 9, you were crying. I was 15, so maybe I'm just edit that out. I'm just kidding. I was 25 that year. Shout out to my guy Reese. Philadelphia in the building. What are the odds of the NFC East? All 4 teams make the playoffs. Yeah. They do well. Yeah, because now there's 3 wild card teams. Not us, though. You got the NFC West. NFC, I don't know about the South. But the West might put Niners, especially if Jimmy G gets benched and Trey Lance is who we thought he is. The Niners, the Seahawks, the Rams. The Rams are going to be low-key good. Matthew Stafford can sling it. So I don't know about us. I can see, back in the day, NFC East. First 3 minutes of the game, Giannis had it to sub himself out. Anxiety is real. Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Barry Campbell. Just joined the Philly Talk membership. Shout out to you, my guy. And hey, Barry, we're going to start doing this once. We're going to do it once a month regardless. But maybe twice a month, I put a channel member post out, and I just get as many channel members want to come on. I can only have up to 9. But we get, 3 to 4 to 5 to 8 channel members. And same with Mike Repa. I didn't say it when you were on here too, but we do a channel member live stream where if you guys want to, no pressure, but you can come on. We get like 7, 8 of us on the screen and we chop it up. I ask you guys the questions I'm asking you guys, and the chat be rocking too, but y'all could be on the screen talking your talk. So we're going to set one of them up soon. Vic 3's always in it. My guy Vic 3 always come through in the clutch. Even though, he be hating on Joel Embiid a little bit too much. See, that's the thing. I love Vic 3 to death. He just got to take it easy on my guy Fletch and on my guy Embiid. You know what I mean? Take it easy. Take it easy. Remember when T.O. laid out Hugh Douglas in the weight room? Yeah, man, T.O. Man, if T.O. and McNabb could just get along, they could have just got along. They could have just got along. Carnell, what's going on with you, my guy? Shout out to my guy with the super chat. Robert Dredden coming in. I know he got to talk. Yep, there it is. Robert Dredden super chat equals trash talking the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to my guy with the $4.99 super chat. What up, Philly Take? Philly Mike is ready for Dallas to get mollywop like homeboy on Captain Phillips. Dallas are bums. I'm ready. Listen, we got the paper champs in Dallas. We got the Danny Jones 11 touchdowns, the 10 interceptions, and we got the what's their names again? I don't know. So why are we talking about them? Like, that's who we're going against. What do you think about the finals? I think it's one of the most entertaining in recent histories. I love it. I love it. And look, Giannis is about to just really take it over. You know what I mean? I thought Booker had it. Can't believe he got swiped by Drew Holiday like that. And that was an ugly foul by CP3. Don't do it. I know Giannis missed a free throw, but he tipped it to Middleton and it was over. CP3 choking. He's choking. Miami Dolphin fan here. Shout out to you. Let me see what he got to say. Do you feel like you picked up the right receiver in the draft? Yes, sir. I definitely do. And that's a good question for you because at the end of the day, you had the first crack at it and you decided to take Jalen Waddle, who I think has tremendous upside. But if you ask me to talk about who they are, I think Waddle offers more upside as a more of a deep threat, explosive player. I think Devontae Smith is the better route runners. Now, I'm not saying Waddle can't run routes, and you got a good receiver. You got a great receiver on your hands. I think if you want upside and deep threats, like you go Waddle. And you do, because you got Devontae Parker, who's your volume catcher. And now with him taking the top off, it's going to open it up for Devontae Parker. And so I think y'all made the right decision for your team, but I'm glad we got Devontae Smith. Shout out to you, man. We traded with you first, and then we ended up jumping up on the Giants and taking them. So shout out to you. How do I hit blur? What do you mean hit blur? I don't know what that means. Robert Dredder said, my bad, Philly Mike. Both y'all be doing y'all thing. Big shout out to your channel. Smash the like button, y'all. Yeah, the Philly Chicken with RB is my guy. It's all good. You know what I mean? I got him beat by like 10 years, though. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. Shout out to you, though. Eminem said, Booker was overhyped leading into the finals. Hope the Bucks close it out tomorrow. Come on, my man dropped 40, like back-to-back too. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, we about that time. Shout out to everybody in the building. Mr. Eliminator Beezy, my guy, Carnell World. Shout out to you for coming through as a Dolphins fan, talking with sports. Landon, what's up? Kevo coming in with the, we do need to chill on the cockiness right now, bro. Technically, we are least talented in the division right now, if we're being 100% honest. Okay, around Daniel Jones is good, but he's not good, right? And they still got 8-8 Clapp and Garrett. I do not trust the pieces that are in the Giants. I do. Just being 30 years old, I saw good Dallas teams on paper just fall apart. Mike McCarthy, Mr. Massages, falls apart. I agree, Kevo. I understand, but look, this is the time we can talk. Because if by week 3 we suck, I'm going to come out here and own it, but I'm going to have to be miserable the rest of the season, so let me do what we do. At the end of the day, we got question marks, but I trust the question marks. We'll see. Robert said, nah, Dallas is still trash no matter what. I'm going to keep saying it. I think you Philly 500 and Joey Shake should do a show together. Hey, I'm down. I'll hit him up. Hey, let him know too. Anytime you comment on their videos, just let him know. Let him know. But yes, Philly 500, he came on my channel a little bit ago, and I was talking to Joey Shakes on Twitter a little bit ago about some, horror stuff, because he's into the horror stuff, and maybe we can get something going. Shout out to Carnell World with a $2.99 super sticker. And listen, good luck, Miami. I got no dog in the fight. You know what I mean? I think Miami's a franchise that deserves to be on the up and up. Hopefully Tua can get it going. I hope y'all do well. Shout out to you, bro. I would love to see you beat up on the Patriots. You know what I mean? The Bills are going to be tough, but hey, I'm done. I'm cool with the Patriots staying mediocre-ish. They've been too good for a while. Why is nobody talking about Dak might not be the same after an injury? Exactly. I mean, I know it's a bone. It was a clean break, but at the end of the day, it's not just what the foot feels like. It's your mindset. Should I do this? Should I do that? What should I do? Second guess. Like, we saw MVP Carson Wentz go. King Delane 82 said, who do you think wins week 1? I got the Eagles beating the Falcons week 1 for the simple fact no Julio there. He destroys us. It's going to be Devontae versus Kyle Pitts. Hot take. Devontae's going to have more yards. Kyle Pitts will do what he does. But the Falcons are a team, and they're dangerous because they do beat us when we go to their house. We haven't played good in Atlanta, but at the end of the day, that secondary is torchable, and we got to torch them. The defense is not good at all. Shout out to my guy, new channel member, MR. let me just say that. With the $2 super chat, who plays next to Harris if McLeod is hurt week 1? If McLeod ain't there week 1, which is a possibility not, it's I forgot what number he was, but Kavon Wallace gets the first try. Kavon Wallace, a guy who was thrown into the fire last year a little bit, got beat up on a one-on-ones with like guys like Kittle and stuff, but I think he'll come in and make a noise. I got Kavon. Name brand said ULB 500 the ones. Hey, shout out to them. They the GOATs. Now, I mean, I'm only been doing this. I'll be 2 years in September. So I'm not even 2 years yet, But shout out to them. And shout, like I said, to all the new content creators, the bunch of content creators out there. Joey Shake's been grinding. All of them. Let's go. Me too, bro. Shout out to you, bro. With that being said, I will be dropping content, turn post notifications, or we going to drop regular videos, 10 to 12 minutes. We're going to be going live. Training camp is in 9 days. 9 days. Let's get it. We going to ride with them or we going to die with them. At the end of the day, we got to be optimistic because the youth, and it sounds good right now. Like I said, Nick Sirianni didn't show me nothing that makes me say nope. Jalen gave me good vibes for half his games. The other 2 games were suspect. Inconsistency. We got to see it, but I'm a believer. Fletcher Cox, bro, is our defensive anchor and the defensive line. Heck no. Well, Rex Real TV, if you were here early, my guy put post notifications on, you would have heard me say the same thing. I said, heck no. With that being said, shout out to all you guys. Nautica V, Vic 3, Pedro, Washington content creator I see up in here. Can win a division. I hate you guys less than all of them. But I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a close division. We're going to see. Maybe I'll get you on the show one of these days. We chop it up. But until next time, like button, check. Subscribe button, check. Post noties on. I'll catch y'all all. Much appreciation. We out. Peace. Ruiz, I agree.